and national cohesion. End of quote. Therefore, after months of extraordinary devotion by members of this committee, today we are here because figuratively the ship has reached the shore. We're here for a significant milestone in our peace consolidation journey, for a presentation of the final report by the Independent Cross-Party Committee on Electoral Systems and Management Bodies Review. Without much ado, Your Excellency, I now invite a reading of the joint statement by the leader of the APC and lead negotiator and the Chief Minister and lead negotiator of Government of Sierra Leone for a reading of the joint statement. Dr. Dugimoy Nasenge and Dr. Samuel Kamara.
Thank you. Formal submission of the Cross-Party Committee on Electoral Systems and Management Review, tripartite, final report, State House, Freetown, Monday, 1st July, year 2024. Joint statement. The government of Sierra Leone and the All People's Congress Party, at the end of a mediated dialogue in October 2023, signed the agreement for national unity with the objective of fostering peace, unity, and national cohesion, focusing on electoral justice, accountability, and transparency, especially after the 2023 general elections in the country. In Resolution 3, it was resolved by the parties to the agreement that a cross-party committee on the review of electoral management systems and bodies be established. The committee was constituted by His Excellency the President and inaugurated in a public ceremony at State House. The ceremony was attended by government officials, leaders of the APC, the SLPP, other political parties, public institutions, including the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, members of the Fourth Estate, civil society organizations, and our development partners. The committee worked for 6 months, albeit with challenges of negotiating over often contentious issues. A report, as at the end of the review exercise, will soon be submitted by the Tripartite Committee to His Excellency the President, consistent with the committee's terms of reference. The review of the electoral systems and management bodies is deemed critical for the strengthening of the country's democracy. The joint efforts by the government of Sierra Leone and the All People's Congress Party is an incredible opportunity to provide Sierra Leone with the right types, fit-for-purpose institutions with attendant progressive legislations, systems, and processes. The path to reaching the much-needed consensus has been onerous and sometimes challenging. There have been instances of outright disagreement. The chief negotiators, co-chairs, and committee members at various times referred to for the good of the country, which indicated that in all that is being done, Sierra Leone is in mind.
The report is a mixed bag of issues that evolved around elections from 2007, 2012, 2018, and 2023 being the most recently concluded general elections. There are split views on the outcome from the government of Sierra Leone and the All People's Congress Party over the outcome. The report has areas of general agreement by the parties, GOSL and APC, as well as areas of marked disagreement. In the spirit of for the good of the country, the parties agreed, and on issues that they disagreed, the information has been captured in the report and its annexes, and readers will have an opportunity to read and make their conclusions. This is in itself a part of democracy, agreeing to disagree, and not always agreeing on everything. The report is ready and will be submitted today to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, in this session. The task ahead dealing with the implementation of the recommendations is one that will determine the degree of commitment and sincerity of the parties. The implementation is what will justify the investment of time and financial resources. It is the implementation that many Sierra Leoneans are eagerly looking forward to, and so are our partners. As parties to the report, we must strive to do everything possible within the law and our conscience to ensure that implementation is timely and impactful. This will ensure that as a country, we're assessed as being committed to legal and institutional reforms that will not only improve, but also bring our electoral systems up to date and meeting international and global standards. The journey has been bumpy and at times almost leading to a breakup. It has been a source of hope and motivation that we were on this journey with the full and demonstrated commitment of our partners. We thank them and also kindly ask that they stay engaged as much as they would as we initiate actions to move into implementation phase. Signed, Dr. David M. Sengen, Chief Negotiator of Government of Sierra Leone, Dr. Samura M.W. Kamara, Chief Negotiator of People's Congress Party. Thank you.
A round of applause, a louder round of applause for the two lead negotiators. And I also now invite the two lead negotiators for the signing of the report, and they may proceed to the table for the signing. Another round of applause. At this stage, I would also graciously like to invite His Excellency the President to proceed to the front for a presentation of the official report. Thank you very much. Please press silence for a response by His Excellency the President.
The former flag bearer of the All People's Congress Party, Dr. Samura, the chairman and members of the APC Party, the chairman and members of the Sierra Leone People's Party, ministers, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, co-chairs and members of the Cross Party Committee for Electoral Systems and Management Bodies Review, commonly called the Tripartite Committee, traditional leaders, members of the Fourth Estate, ministers, members of Parliament, good afternoon. As you all know, today marks a significant milestone in our journey towards strengthening democracy and ensuring credible, transparent, and inclusive electoral processes in Sierra Leone. It is also significant because it represents the first time that we have taken such a comprehensive look at the electoral systems, structures, and processes. The Cross-Party Committee's mandate was to identify the challenges, lay a pathway towards addressing some of the age-long gaps in our electoral systems, and provide a platform for free, fair, transparent, and credible elections in future. This report's findings are of immense importance and have the potential to impact our future elections significantly. No such analysis has been undertaken to evaluate the electoral architecture in Sierra Leone within the context of its functional capacity to deliver credible elections that can foster faster and smooth political transitions, reduce cost of elections, guarantee our democratic stability, and deepen inclusive development. This occasion is truly historic as it marks the first time the government and the country's leading opposition party have joined forces to undertake such an exercise. This unprecedented collaboration is a powerful demonstration of our shared commitment to the electoral process and will be remembered in the annals of our democracy. I'm filled with confidence that the outcome of this exercise, which also incorporates feedback from various stakeholders across the country, truly reflects the collective aspirations for the future of our electoral process. As I receive this report, I acknowledge the extensive consultations, research, and deliberations that have shaped its content. This report embodies the voices of a diverse cross-section of our society, including political parties, civil society organizations, the media, and ordinary citizens. Someone not you don't say flights. It reflects our collective commitment to building an electoral system that is resilient, fair, and capable of delivering free and fair elections. My government understands the need to work with the opposition and all relevant stakeholders to address the challenges to our democracy, build on the gains we have made as a nation since the war ended in 2002 and secure the country's democratic future. This approach can only strengthen our governance architecture. I therefore want to commend both government and the APC representatives on the Tripartite Committee for their dedication to such an important national service. To all of you, I say a big thank you. formation of this committee was driven by a shared recognition that our electoral system, while having made substantial progress over the years, still faced challenges that required comprehensive evaluation and reform. Your collective effort and dedication have been instrumental in this process. Ladies and gentlemen, it is understandable that this exercise has been eventful, as is natural in any collaborative effort. Tensions and friendly exchanges have occurred, and members of the committee have strengthened bonds of friendship that we hope will go beyond the committee's life. The process has been one that has seen members wanting to be referred to as the committee instead of the government of Sierra Leone and the APC representatives. Thank you very much. One that has seen the committee members rally around the use of their own vocabulary. Only those who were involved can understand this. Yanda yanda. Not even our development partners understand that, but they will decode that later. Most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, the exercise has seen people from different sides of the political aisle learn how to manage their disagreements, to find common ground on issues that are important to the country. This is a true example of cross-party engagement to drive a national agenda. We must also deploy this level of tolerance and maturity in working collectively for the advancement of our country. The elections are over, let me say again, and we have moved to the critical stage of governance and nation building, which requires our collective push as a nation. Each of us as citizens has a crucial role in our journey to becoming a middle-income country by 2038. As we conclude this national assignment, be assured that this undertaking remains part of my government's effort to enhance the management and, in particular, effectiveness of stable institutions, including elections management bodies. My government, therefore, commits to implementing the reforms that the Tripartite Committee have recommended. We ensure that the process is as inclusive and participatory as possible. I sincerely thank you all for this priceless service to our nation. I want to thank the co-chairs for their leadership. Managing these processes is never easy. When things got tough, you rose to the occasion and steered the ship to safety. Also, I particularly want to thank the third co-chair, the United Nations Resident Coordinator, for her dedication to this process. Thank you, Madam. I'd also like to thank members of the Cross-Party Committee for their tireless dedication, hard work, and unwavering commitment to the cause. Your efforts are a testament to the power of collaboration and collective will to foster a democratic system that reflects the aspirations of all Sierra Leoneans. I also want to express our deepest gratitude to our development partners. The United Nations through the UNDP, the United States of America, the United Kingdom, Germany, Ireland, the European Union, and all those who participated for their unwavering support of the committee's work. Your contributions have been invaluable and deeply appreciated. We are grateful to the international experts who contributed their time and expertise to support the committee's work. I wish to acknowledge the important role that our moral guarantors have played in this process. We are deeply grateful that you will continue to accompany this process to completion. At this juncture, let me note the crucial role that the local actor, lead facilitator in this process, the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, has played. Sometimes we question whether our local actors can lead and manage such complex processes. With this, the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion has demonstrated that it is possible. We understand that the credibility of our electoral process is paramount to the legitimacy of our democratic institutions. It's the bedrock upon which public trust is built and maintained. Therefore, we must make every effort to ensure that our elections are conducted with the highest standards of integrity, transparency, and accountability. As your Commander-in-Chief, I will provide the leadership needed to move this work forward. But remember, this is not the last time that we will disagree on issues. But your work offers an example of how to manage those disagreements and find common ground. Democracy, after all, lies not in the conduct of elections, but also in the continuous engagement of citizens in the democratic process. We must promote civic education and encourage active participation from all segments of society, especially the youth and women, who are the strong pillars for our future nation. Our pledge to always work for our country's unity, peace, freedom, and prosperity is possible. I implore us all to continue to work together for the betterment of our people and country. Long live the Republic of Sierra Leone. Long live the people of Sierra Leone. God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Excellency, for those words of assurance to implement the recommendations of the reports, and also the words of appreciation to the members of the committee. Like you stated, we thank them for their priceless service to this nation. It's on that glorious note, Your Excellency, may I ask us to rise for the national anthem and the departure of His Excellency President.
Mr. Chair.
We've just witnessed here at State House where the committee has presented the tripartite report to President Dr. Julius Maada Bio here at State House after a 6-month work to put together this report, and it has finally been completed and also has been presented to the President. And I have one of the co-chairs here, who is okay, just bear with me a little bit, and I have the co-chair who will speak to me shortly on some of the things that they have, the findings and also of the reports that they will tell us about shortly. We are still trying to get the main participants of during the tripartite committee work. So we're trying to get some of them so that we will speak to them about some of the findings and recommendations that are in the report. But in the meantime, because last year, because of the outcome of the 2023 elections was the APC challenged that results, and it's led to an agreement for national unity through a 2 to 3 days dialogue that was held, and that came out with 8 resolutions, and resolution 3 of that agreement is to have a committee, an election management committee that will look at the challenges of the elections in Sierra Leone and try to find recommendations and also to finally puts those challenges to rest. And the chief negotiator on the government side was the Chief Minister himself, Dr. David Monina Senge. And we've seen you signed again today. So what does this mean first, reaching this stage? Because we were expecting the report sooner than now.
Well, we have a report. That's a big deal. As His Excellency said, it's a big win for the country. This doesn't happen every day and across the world. Disagreements between two major political parties solved on the dialogue table and with an agreement. It's absolutely incredible. And if you look through the recommendations, there are about 80 recommendations. And those 80 recommendations or so, and those recommendations are about changing the policies, they're about changing the laws, strengthening our institutions. That's what we want. We all want to be able to have an election in the future where people will always grieve, but where there's not too many grievances. And if we do this together, I tell you the country will end up winning.
Okay. And because you've just said about 80 or so recommendations, so can you give briefly the key recommendations? I know all of them are important, but those that you can remember.
I think there are those where we have to change the Public Elections Act to make it be more explicit. We have to change the Constitution and many things. And we have to reform institutions, do functional and management review. So a major one is that there needs to be a functional and management review of ECSL. ECSL's entire team needs to be reviewed. It's the same set of people who've been there for 20 years, 30 years, same set of processes largely. And if every year election people are complaining, then maybe we should do some check on the institution. And so that's one that I think is really important, that will do a functional and management review of the institution.
And also because His Excellency in his statement spoke about education, sensitizing the people, and we've seen before the reports came a lot of misinformation and all that. So is that something that was really discussed during this period, and have the two parts committed to embarking in something like that?
If you read the report, there's a line there where we all commit to strengthening unity, cohesion, and security. But as His Excellency said, civic education, public education, it's so easy now. The thing is, the people who are threatening our society don't live here. They live in America, they live in UK, they live in Turkey, somewhere, and they can write disinformation and go on social media, and they send it to Kamalo and send it to Suleiman or Koindu. Those people don't know. Are not often informed, and so it brings chaos into our society. So it's our responsibility, the media, the civil society, government, opposition, all parties, to ensure that we are correcting misinformation, that even when we disagree, we are not letting our disagreements be a source of violence and chaos.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
That was the Chief Minister and Chief Negotiator on the Government of Sierra Leone side, Dr. David Monina Senge, and who was saying that about 80 recommendations or so, and that the biggest recommendation here. And before that, we also have the co-chair on the government side. So, and I'm going to ask the same question. So, because you've been in this work for the past 6 months, what were the key findings? And in general, how many findings do you have?
We have 80 plus findings. We had initially 86 findings, and then we discussed and agreed conveniently on 81 as a team, collaboratively between the government and the All People's Congress. And we had 5 for which we had differences in opinion and feedback. And we deferred that everybody could send his or her own script on the 5 issues. But on 81 issues, we have collaborated recommendations which were all endorsed.
So on the recommendations, I know there are a lot of recommendations, but which one would you, if you say in terms of priorities, I know they are all important, which one would you prioritize?
Prioritization would be based really on undertaking the legal and